What's up, guys? This is Elephante, and you are watching Music Enthusiast.
Hi, what's up? I'm Sarah from the Music Enthusiast, and today I'm interviewing Elephante. How are you?
What's up, Sarah? I'm great. How are you?
I'm so great. I'm so happy to be talking to you. So, how's your day been so far?
It's good. I just woke up, so it's a cloudy day in LA, but it's going to be a good one.
Amazing. I mean, the weather affects my moods all the time, so it's sunny here, so that's why I'm in such a good mood.
Nice. I like cloudy days in LA. It's just something different because it's usually just the same every day. So there's a vibe when it's cloudy out.
Makes sense. And I know you're in the studio, so thank you so much again for this, taking the time to talk to me. It means a lot.
Of course.
So, what was your first concert?
Going to ever?
Yeah.
Or it's the Red Hot Chili Peppers in Detroit when I was in high school.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was their Stadium Arcadium tour. I was in high school, and I drove out with a few buddies and went and sat in the nosebleeds and saw them in all their glory, and it was fucking awesome.
Amazing. Mine was Taylor Swift for her speaking
Nice.
tour.
Very nice.
Yeah, all I remember is her popping out of the stage and playing the banjo or something.
Yeah. I saw her in LA a few years ago, and she's got a show.
Mm-hmm. Totally agree. I mean, you taught yourself how to play guitar and then you studied economics. So, I mean, was music always your number one thing?
Yeah, I mean, I started playing piano when I was very young, and then was playing guitar and writing songs in high school. And I don't know, the way I was raised, music wasn't a career. Like, it wasn't a thing you did. And so, growing up, it was like this thing I loved to do, but it was always, in my head, it was like, a hobby. But then part of me was like, well, no, this is the thing I like the most. But so it's this sort of dynamic of like loving it, but also not thinking that I could actually do it. And but it just became, it sort of revealed itself over the years that like it was the thing that I always kept coming back to, no matter where I was or what I was doing or what was going on in my life. Like, I was always making time for music. And so I just felt like, well, you're never going to forgive yourself if you don't give it a shot.
Exactly. And do you have a fondest musical memory?
Fondest musical memory of anything?
Yeah.
I mean, it might be like playing Lollapalooza was up there. That was a very like, holy shit, I grew up looking at Lollapalooza posters and not knowing what it was, and then to kind of be there, that was up there.
Yeah, that's a great one. And even your stage name, Elefante, it represents how you wanted to do music so bad instead of working at corporate jobs. So were there other names along the way that didn't make it?
Not for the electronic music project. That was always kind of Elephante. I was doing things under, when I was a singer or songwriter, I had a few different names and stuff, but it was, I was doing some stuff under Tim Wu and a few other silly artist names, but Elephante was always kind of when I started making electronic music, that was always the one.
And you started your career off by remixing other songs, after your songwriting days. So how do you feel that has helped you into the artist you are today by making your own music in a sense?
I think it taught me the craft of producing. I like sort of the process of translating what I was writing, and being able to work with professional vocals, and just sort of the experimentation of sound and figuring out the sort of technical elements of it, and being able to, it's like, well, if I had, you know, world-class vocals, like what would I do with it? And just sort of, you know, in the way I taught myself guitar, I was kind of teaching myself all the other elements of making a song, and sort of just, I guess, building out the toolbox, right? And knowing that if I heard a certain song sound in my head, I could, you know, go and make it. And then so once I felt kind of comfortable in that world, it was about kind of connecting that back to my roots, and with the writing and the singing, and kind of bringing those two worlds together.
Totally. What I love about you and your creative process is like, is that you come in to making a song and you don't want to like have like a plan. You want to like see where it goes. Um, you have to have a sense of like not knowing what you're doing. So did that come from practice or trial and error? Where did that come from?
Yeah, I think it was just trial and error. It just it became so obvious that whenever I'd kind of make a song from a template, it just wouldn't be very good. Where it'd be like, well, this worked on the last thing I did, so why isn't it working now? And I finally just kind of let go and was like, you know, to get the best out of the song, you kind of have to just let it go and not tell it where it's going. You have to follow it. And I think all of the my most successful songs, and like the songs that mean the most to me, were all kind of they were all well, this isn't what I expected going in. And you know, that's sort of the fun part, where it's like you don't necessarily know where a song's gonna where it's gonna take you. And when you start trying to impose and be like, no, you're this kind of song, then that's when it you kind of lose the spark and the sort of excitement of it.
Yeah, definitely. And I think the best songs come from you not knowing where it's gonna go. I mean, that's the best thing.
Yeah, it's, and you know, I think there's that sort of sense of excitement that like people can hear that.
Totally. I mean, especially in high water, like that guitar, you don't expect that. I didn't expect that. So, what was creating that like?
That was the one where I kind of heard the you know, I had the chords and the lyrics and the sort of melody of it, and then for, you know, I had this melody in my head, and I knew what the melody was. Like it just kind of popped in my head, and so it was mostly just about figuring out what the tone of it was going to be. Was it going to be synths or whatever? And then I was like, well, I want to play this on guitar, and was messing around with a bunch of different stuff, and I like, you know, I have this like guitar pedal uh, analog thing that I just plugged a bunch of shit into. I don't even remember what I did, but I was just like twisting dials, and then I just like banged out a quick take to like get the idea down. I was like, I'll fix it later. And then when later came, I like was trying to make it like cleaner or like play it better or whatever, and like nothing really sounded the same. Like it wasn't. And so I ended up just using this like sort of first take like demo thing, because I was like, there's something cool about the like fucked upness of it, and like how it's like I didn't play it very well, but it's like, you know, there's just like this sort of grit to it, and I was like, I like this. So
I mean, I can't like picture it any other way. I think it's perfect the way it is. So,
thank
congrats.
you. Yeah, it's, you know, there's you know, I wanted to like play it cleaner or like be more precise with it, and I was like, fuck it, like this, I like it the way it is, like all messy and shit.
Totally. I mean, talk to me about the music video too. It was just released. I mean, how was it like floating in the air and like playing guitar underwater? Like, what was that experience like?
So it was a lot of fun. It was really physically challenging. The underwater stuff was, that was a lot. I'm not a very good swimmer, so I was a little worried that I wouldn't be able to do it. I was just doing a lot more sinking and like and just like staying underwater than swimming, which was helpful. But yeah, it was, you know, it was we did it. I was like pretty adamant I didn't want to use special effects on it, like computer stuff. So it was, you know, just trying to make sure that we got the right sort of emotion on it. And, you know, I'd hold my breath and like sink to the bottom, and we built this incredible bedroom set underwater, and do like a 30-second to a minute take, and then kind of like as soon as I felt like I was drowning, I'd quickly swim back to the surface. And yeah, we just did that over and over again for it was like a 12-hour shoot. So that was, I mean, I was completely physically destroyed after that. I like my eyes were so dry. I was like basically blind. I was like violently shivering, like so dehydrated, and I was sick for like 3 days after. But yeah, I mean, it was a super fun experience. The flying stuff was also cool. That was less fun than you think it would be. I was like, this is gonna be sick, but you like get strapped in this harness, and it like I got lifted up by a crane, but then it like crushes your ribs. Like I like, it was like very, very painful. And like, I was supposed to be like happy there. So it was like kind of tough to be like, well, actually I'm fucking dying here. But that was also like, I got pretty numb by the end, and then was like, that was also like a very crazy experience. So it was just like, it was hard, but it was all like really crazy fun shit to do.
And it was worth it. I mean, it turned out so great.
Yeah,
Elephante.
I'm really, really happy and kind of proud of what it turned out to be, because, going in, I love the idea, but I was like, I don't know how this is actually going to look, and like, can I actually just pull this off to make it feel like a natural thing, and to kind of go through all that and all the physical challenges and have it look as good as it does. I'm really, really proud of it.
Yeah. Elephante does his own stunts, guys.
Yeah, we couldn't afford a stuntman, so.
So I mean, what's coming next? Obviously, you're making an album, but is there anything you could hint at or anything?
Yeah, just working on the album. Got got another single coming out soon, and yeah, just trying to finish the album and kind of figure out what the live show looks like for when shows start coming back. And I've been sort of evolving towards a hybrid show with I'm singing and playing guitar live while also doing the DJing thing, and just I've been making the music in a vacuum, not really thinking about how I'm gonna do it live. So once the songs are done, then it's gonna be it's the process of reinterpreting it and figuring out how to actually perform it.
Amazing. I can't wait to see how it turns out live. It's gonna be so sick.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's been so long since I've played that. Well, it'll be like doing it for the first time again.
Totally agreed. I feel like this is going to be a fun question for you. So, if you could play a show on any planet, which one would it be and why?
Jupiter. It seems kind of tight. Because isn't it like gas? There's like you'd have to be like floating in it and like hovering. That'd be pretty tight.
Dope. I have no idea if it's gaseous or not, so I'm not gonna say if it is or not. And last question, who are your favorite artists at the moment?
I'm really into Bronson, which is Odessa and Golden Features side project. I think that's like the coolest sounding thing that I've heard in dance music in a really long time. I've been listening to a lot of hip hop. I've been listening to a lot of Mac Miller and J. Cole. Yeah, there's just like really into the zoo stuff. That stuff's really cool. Skrillex is always the god, so he's always an inspiration.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much.
Well, thank you for having me.